Hi viewers, welcome back. Sudhir from Coding Freaks. In this video, we're going to see how to start a new activity and also how to send data to that new activity. Here in the demo of the application in which we start a new activity without passing data, tap on the button to start a new activity. In the second demo, we input name and age and pass this data to the second activity and show it in text views. Let us start the process. Start a new project from the file menu. Give it a name of your choice. I'm giving it example. Click next. Leave API level to default, that is API level 15. Click next. Select the empty activity and click next. Leave the activity name to default and click finish. Android Studio prepares the environment for this application. Open activity underscore main.xml file. Change the layout to linear layout and define orientation to vertical. Remove the text view and add a button control to the layout. Layout width match parent and height to wrap content. Give it an ID as BT and submit. And text is start new activity. Define onClick method start new. This is giving an error because we have not defined this method in Java file. Put the cursor there and press Alt Enter. Select create start new view in main activity and press enter. This will create the method with the same name in the class file. Create object for intent and pass the context of this activity and class name of second activity. Before that, let us create a new activity. Right click on the app, new activity, empty activity. Give it a name second activity. Change the layout to linear layout. And define orientation to vertical. Now in main activity.java file, pass the class name of this new activity. Call method start new activity and pass this intent object to this method. Now let us add a text view in second activity layout. And assign a static text to this. And verify this in the preview. We have added a static text view in second activity. We have added a button in main activity and defined onClick event method in its Java file, where it creates an object for intent and pass this start new activity method. The coding part of this application is complete. Now let us run it in an emulator. Tap the button, it starts the new activity. Let us try once again by pressing the back button and following the same process. This is the first demo. Now move to the second point where we pass data from one activity to another activity. To do so, we need to add input control in the view of main activity. Let us add input for name and age. Add edit text, give match parent width and wrap content height. ID is EDT name and hint as enter your name. Similarly, we add input for age with ID as EDT age and hint as enter your age. In second activity, where these input value are to display, add two text views for showing name and age and assign these respective IDs. In the start new method in main activity.java file, add two values in the intent object for passing data by calling the putExtra method. This method accepts two arguments. One is the key of the value and other is a value object. In our case, name and age are two entities which we need to pass to second activity. Define the string objects passed in intent. Define object for fetching data of edit text defined in view at class level. In onCreate method, initialize these objects with the reference of the UI control. That, for example, ADT name equal to typecast it to edit text. Call find view by ID method and pass r.id.adt name, the ID of the object. Similarly, do this for age input control and in the start new method, get the value of the inputs and assign them to the string objects. Now move to the second activity.java file. In onCreate method, initialize the intent object. Fetch the string values for keys name and age in object by calling the getStringExtra method and passing the key. Define class level object for text views in UI. Set text values to these objects with the value which we have fetched from the intent. Let us review what we have done till now. We added input control in activity_main.xml file. In main activity.java file, defined the process to get the data from input control. Defined object for input control. In activity_second.xml file, we have defined two text views control, and in second activity.java file, fetch the data from the intent object and set it to these text views. Now let us run it in the emulator. Key in the values, for example Sudhir in name and 28 in age, and tap the button. Our app got crashed. Let us open Logcat to see the error and find what wrong we have done. It is showing that we have null pointer exception in second activity.java file at line 18. Click on it and see what the issue is. We forgot to initialize view objects to UI controls. Initialize these objects with the reference to the UI controls in the same way we did in main activity file. Let us run it again. Key in the value and tap the button. See, the data passed to second activity is displayed in the text views. Press back and key in different value and test it once again. See the output. This is how we can start a new activity and pass data from one activity to another. If you have any query, leave in the comment section below. This is Sudhir from Coding Freaks. Thank you.